Hey everyone, today we're going to be discussing how to connect your research. Now, to begin, I want to remind you that you're not just writing an essay, you're trying to write and enact serious change. Now, I'm sure you already knew that, but I also want to reiterate that we have a lot of different assignment requirements, so please feel free to pause this video and look over these. We're going to be discussing from the beginning. We have a research approach. You should have already decided what was a local problem that affects your community. Once you logged that in, we moved on and identified stakeholders, seeing who exactly you're going to be writing to. Is it going to be a memo that affects a lot of people, or perhaps a letter that targets a specific person of power? Following that, we're thinking of methodology. Now, this is the real meat and potatoes of why I made this video. A lot of people are having issues finding evidence that connects directly to the topic. Now, rather than finding something that's curtailed, you could abstractly connect pieces of evidence. For example, let's say you're writing about how the shopping carts are too hot at your local grocery store. You can discuss how the sun is an excellent conduit for heat, and you can find tons of different sources that discuss that, thus showing the problem of hot shopping carts is something that really does affect your community. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's a very simple problem. That's why we're going to expand on this. The methodology for this problem, which is the fact that school crosswalks are dangerous because drivers don't slow down, could be fixed by using pieces of evidence that show solutions in other areas. For example, a study found that flashing LED lights reduce speeding by about 35%. And you could use that piece of evidence and logically tie it to your problem in your local community, saying it worked over here, therefore it would be able to work in this area as well. Now, in your counterclaim, you could find ways to discuss that, but before we get ahead of ourselves, remember, we need 3 solutions. So if your issue is, for example, speeding, there's a lot of different approaches that communities have taken, from perhaps having police officers stationed to catch speeders, or like we're saying with a flashing LED stoplight, there's a lot of different pros and cons to it, and so we want you to keep that in mind when you're looking for your sources. Now, let's circle back and talk about these counterclaims. Not everyone has to put them for the final solution, but I really recommend it because it strengthens your paper and enables more creativity. A lot of the different kind of arguments for your final solution could be the fact that it costs too much, or maybe it's not effective and people won't use it. Whatever you can come up with, it's important to address it. Now, for your conclusion, you're going to want to reiterate your main points, discuss your local community, the problem affecting it, the ultimate solution, and the evidence that you've reached in order to show that this is something that we need to address. Now, lastly, I want to reiterate that APA is incredibly important, and you can always reach out to me to double check that you're using your sources properly. It is so vital for your final submission. And that's about it. This is bigger than a grade, everyone. This is your opportunity to demonstrate that you have real world capabilities and can potentially fix problems that affect you. That's something huge. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, once again, you can reach out to me.